They fucking drop down and fucking bang on the ground. And that's when you have to look at the cables. He's fucking cabin got twisted up, he got out of the cabin, I had to shoot. They must kiss him a bottle. He must have got a right quality. To bring the electrics. It's like saying being in his house. Now being up on the elevator on the scaffold, you've got to do the works. You know that? Oh yeah. I was going to do it years ago, man. I'm doing a football course, eh? Oh, right, I've got to start in about 2 weeks. Not only spell this one, I'll stay away from spell this one now. You know, like the little ones, you'll wear it. It's just good, mate, you know what I mean? And you can get inside, so you ain't going to get made up. It was all kind of places. Right on it. That's why I'm like a dishwasher, and one day it's all very different, one day it's a dishwasher. It's all the same. Because usually I use all glass, the dishwasher's on front loaders. That's all totally different. So we put a move to the go to a publisher for one of them. You've got one for the dishwasher, one for the front loader. You know? Yeah, you know, you can do something to do that, but front loader.
Dai, carne. Un mezcladito con más.
Ai auzit? Da. Mamă, dar ce mulți să-mi bat.
Nu. Ok, eu nu știu că eu
Этот Карсон, который живет на крыше. Карсон говорит, знаешь Карсон? С моей стороны, который живет на крыше. Такой ум. Всегда когда предлагали. Ну, у меня есть, я просто так не хожу. А сам очень идет. Сегодня вечером, как я предполагаю. Сегодня вечером, флажки, даже рюкзаки будут называть. И сегодня вечером. Так что, уже все было. На следующий день там, так что через 2 недели там. Слышь, дядь, я тут не помню еще укоем. Я тут вычисляю, что когда происходит мероприятие для бездомных людей. Как я останусь голодным, и потом похож на такого. Вот так. А рюкзак сейчас так ношу, а потом носить вот так. Да, лучше не смогу, надо кушать. Как будет говорить, что ничего на ноги не поставит. Надо что-то засыпать туда. Я всегда хорошо говорю, никто не прислушивается ко мне, знаешь, потому что в наше время деньги соблюдают. Что мне деньги давай, жить, а как ты хочешь? Люди, которые привлекают людей и выступают перед ними, они деньги платят. Заманивают свои деньги. Хотел сумку, а что там нет, дальше лёшь. Что, смотри. Сливай, нет. Думаю, блюдо нет. Я пошел сам. Я не заметил, пошел. В этом перекрытом месте стоят достаточно воздуха, всегда как душно. Потом кто проходит, ты вот так стоишь, а кто проходит, так стоишь. Заебал, как ты так делаешь? Ты что, в армии, что ли? Да, это фобия. Это домофобия какая-то. Я смотрел, мне Дмитрий сказал, выступаю, как русские, бла-бла-бла, как парадокс, нет, русский это домой, если это там, я русский говорю, но и те, которые протестуют, они как на тренировку, представитель криминального мира, ну там сам тренировался, и один из говорит, который говорит, спускайся с автобуса, присоединяйся, здесь, я приду нахуй, я кричу, иди стой сам. Конечно, а потом скажут, давайте уебывать отсюда, пиздили парадокс, и все. Я же не по-русски говорю, русский не скажет, уйдите домой. Скажут, ты что, ёбнешься? Или смотри, сколько сюда, 500 тысяч, какая техника у нас. Что, американцы не говорят, домой иди. Кому говорит? Они задают вопрос, ёбать. И говорит, а вы воевать зачем в Украине против русских? И он говорит, я уже посмотрел, вы что, с кровати упали? Воевать на русской территории против русских? Вы что, дураки, что ли? Украина это русская территория. Ты что, с дубы дали, что ли? Куда воевать? Как воевать? Почему я должен американцам вмешиваться воевать с русскими на русской территории? Охренеть, блядь. Ну как так можно? Да, вот видишь, конфетки раздают.
Hello. You want some, sir? Hello. You want some?
I'm alright.
Yeah, okay. You want some? I want to give you one too.
Bloqueado do muito, já na casa.
Yeah? Alright. Hiya. Should we just move? We're just going to move away from. Yeah. Do you want to move round to our spot over there? Yeah. You can go across the road.
Oh, you can go over there, up near the round up.
We always go around. Go down here. Just up there? Up there?
Yeah.
I'm telling him he doesn't know where he's going today. Yeah. Okay, what can I get you? Chicken and rice, yeah? Yeah. Any sandwiches, chicken and rice?
Chicken and rice, ham
No
sandwich,
more ham, it's just jam or chicken.
chicken sandwich, green. Thanks.
What else?
Kit Kat.
Hot drink?
Kit Kat.
Yeah, hot chocolate, yeah. You want that one? No chocolate, yeah. Chicken and rice?
And can I have some Kit Kat as well?
Yes, of course.
And some crisps?
Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion.
Cheese and onion. Thank you.
Hiya. Hello. Chicken. Bad beef? Chicken, yeah. Chicken or jam?
They make you happy.
I get a chicken soup.
Do you want any crisps? Yeah, cheese and onion. Yeah.
Vegetable? Tomato.
One. That's be a good one. That's a good one.
Is it okay?
Well, I finished.
We have very few left. We have very few. No. We want to sorry,
We've only got 3 left.
I'm afraid not. We don't really do it.
Yeah, cheese and onion.
What's your name? Sorry. John. Yeah, we did. I did raise it, and we were waiting on like a donation to come through, basically.
Okay, one second.
I'm sorry about that.
Cool, okay, what flavour would you like? Okay, just give me a second, John. I have only one sleeping bag that's the named one. Yeah?
Sorry. Black tea.
I'll have a white coffee with 3 sugars. Sugar to go. Very good. I'll mix it.
Yeah, I have some
You want the sandwich with it as well? You have a sandwich?
Yeah, I got a sandwich. Yeah.
White coffee, 3 sugars.
Yeah, and some sugar to go as well.
Yeah, sugar to go.
Yeah, very nice. Very good.
Get your
What's the hot food?
it's not hot, it's cold. It's chicken and rice salad.
Oh, no, you're right.
Hello again. You okay? Yeah. Just go. Yeah. We've not got, this is really small. These are trousers, but they're quite big. Can I get one more coffee as well?
absolutely. Let me just serve that.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, thanks.
Have a hot chocolate, please.
Hot chocolate, sure thing.
everything. Keyboard.
John,
No go.
need a phone.
What?
I need a phone.
Right, what for? So do I. I've got a job.
What's
Okay.
happening? Where you are?
Why do you need a pound clock?
Oh, the semi-independent.
Why do you need a pound clock? I can give you it, but I have to go back to the hotel and give you it in pennies.
What's the phone?
Sorry? I've got a pound, but I'll give it in pennies. Because I can't do something yesterday, I've still got £6 in pennies. But give it in pennies if you wish to. But it's just a bit awkward just carrying it. But I've got no solid pound coin.
What's right?
Hello.
I have a Dr. Pepper, please.
Dr. Pepper, of course. Just sit down and have a Here you go. Thank you. Here you go, sir. Would you like any sandwiches?
I'm okay.
Hi. Coffee, of course. Any sandwiches, sir?
Sorry?
Sandwiches?
I'll make one.
Oh, okay.
Could I get one more?
Yeah. Would you like any sugar milk?
Just get one more, which?
More coffee? Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I'll push that up.
Depois o gajo foi. Ele queria ter. Depois ele disse que não tinha mais, mas ele responsável com o pastor e foram dois pastores. Estás a ver? O gajo aproveitou-se disso. Ele disse assim: você não tem, mas ele queria a força ter e depois foi lá e esse pastor. Pode ganhar. Mas isso do padre que o gajo fazia milagre.
Sai fora esse pessoal.
Sim, 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 sim. Get open. Let's just jump in. Yeah, they're sticky. I'm sticky. I'm gonna have to do
try and upload this vid. Yeah, this thing too is very sluggish today. Everything is poison. The fucking coffee, this soup, the fucking soda, the food, everything. There's no point in eating any of it. Might as well just skip the trip to the washroom. So I gotta go again. Obviously, I gotta go again today. Maybe connect over here a little bit.
Well, stay close to me.
Go back to bed. Let me try and upload some shit. Go back to Notre Dame, see what else we get from there. Wow, this thing is at 10% and it's burning up like a fucking furnace. You know, they might have done something to it last night. It's too hot, it's burning up for no reason. Use the older battery across in the video. Yeah, I think it's stuck. It's not going to process. I think it's stuck. It usually gets stuck around 94. I don't think it's going to process anything. It did kill the battery, however. Yeah, it started converting again. I think they grabbed the phone. That's what happened. It's heating up. It's not processing. It's processing video yesterday, though. It's going to die in a minute. It's only 3% now. Wow, this Japanese place. Japanese groups. Very popular today. That's what it looks like. It's a little moist. Gotta heat it up, I think. Yeah, it looks like they grabbed the S-22 last night. It's acting up pretty badly. Another timely protest. Amazing. Another timely protest. You can't even cross the street right now.
Amelia, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Thanks, please. Thank you very much. Good job. Hold on.
Это были люди, которые поддерживали Казань.
Right, on you go.
Like some seconds.
Yes, please. Ham and cheese, please.
Ham and cheese on a special bun. Yeah?
They're really nice soft buns.
Thanks, thanks. Oh, can I get a chicken soup? 2 chicken soups. In 1 cup?
In one cup, okay.
Can I get a black tea with 4 sugars? Black tea with 4 sugars? That's okay, yeah, I got one. Thanks, I appreciate it. just gonna drink this and go to bed. Actually, I gotta go across the bridge. I forgot. It's fucking cold.
By the way, before I throw this up there on the frisbee, announcements you make, you take complaints very seriously. Just write family complaints in the back at some point in the box. I'll read it to me. Thank you very much. That's the way to hit the ball. And work on
Pero es habláis español.
We gotta go across the bridge as well, which is way too much walking. Don't feel like walking all the way over there right now. There's so many of these fucking, so many of these dithering fucking assholes in here, you can't even walk on the sidewalk. We're trying to walk with Tokyo and not deal with the protests. We gotta charge and we gotta go back across the bridge again. Because I got nothing better to do today. I haven't made any gifts because I'm kind of bored, kind of out of it right now. It's too cold. My feet hurt. I'm fucking shitting poison from my asshole. This hasn't been very comfortable in that box. Just kind of been out of it. Well, I mean, there's obviously a lot more stuff to make. A lot more gifts to make. Yeah, so it was the guy on YouTube that I found a few months ago, mega projects, I think it is. He was talking about this big place in LA, like $500 million fucking mansion or something that they built in LA that's supposed to resemble Liechtenstein. And he kept mentioning the sex dungeon, that this mansion, that's $500 million mansion or something that nobody can live in, actually has a sex dungeon. And that's a replica of Liechtenstein. I mean, obviously not so obvious. Obviously not so obvious, you know, but it's built on a hill, you know, kind of like a mountaintop, a hilltop. And they're like, yeah, it's like $500 million and nobody can live in it. And it was up for sale, and then, you know, it was owned by somebody for a short little while, and it's got a sex dungeon, and it's got a sex dungeon, and it's got a sex dungeon. So like I said, it's a replica of Liechtenstein in California, even though it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like Liechtenstein. It doesn't look like a castle either. Fucking shoulder, man. That this patch, which is the latest one, March 2023, you get a bottleneck around 45%. So I haven't run the service calls yet, but we got a bottleneck around 45%. This used to happen around 70%. Yeah, so we used to get 2,600 around 70%. So now it happens at 45. It's supposed to be usually 3,000 milliamps until 70% or so, and then it slows down to this, which is 2,600. So there's this patch hit a bottleneck around 45. Yeah, so like I said, it got worse. It got worse than what we had before. So there's, like I said, you got to go back to 12, go back to the other patches because, you know, go back to the earliest 13 version because this hit a bottleneck at 45. So it's going down now again. And it does this constantly. It goes down and up and down and up. So it used to do this at 60, 70%. It used to go down to 2,500, which is normal. Now it goes back up to 28, 29. Now it goes back down. So, yeah, it's, you know, if you, like I said, it's the patch. Here's the patch that's doing this. I gotta go back, like I said, I'm gonna put 12 back on it because this is horrific. I have 12, I can try and put that on and see what happens. So that's normal, 4.1, 3,200 milliamps, 56%. But that's after the service calls, and YouCut doesn't work. 31, 60, 31. It should stay around 3,000 until 70%. So that's normal. This is actually normal. We used to get this all the time on the other patch. 3,000 milliamps all the time, up until 70. So that's normal. That's what it should be. Yeah, after we run the service calls, it's usually the tethering shit, the Wi-Fi stuff, networking stuff, connectivity stuff, and it's for the empty apps, you know, all the empty apps. Wi-Fi dialogue, Wi-Fi fucking tethering, networking, connectivity, connect. All the empty apps have an impact on charging. Why? Don't know. You shouldn't really do it. The apps are just there for dialogues. You get Wi-Fi dialogues, you get dialogue boxes, you get menus. That's why the apps are empty. You're supposed to just get a menu because it's a Wi-Fi dialogue, it's a networking dialogue, it's tethering dialogue. It shouldn't have an impact on charging. It's just an empty app. Yeah, it's an empty app. All of them are empty. If you look in there, there's no data for it. There's no cache, no data. But again, why would tethering, Wi-Fi dialogue, and Wi-Fi resources and connectivity stuff that has to do with menus, it's menus, dialogue menus. Why would that impact charging in any kind of way? Well, because the software is fake, that's why. So now it's what it should be, 3,000 milliamps, 25 watts. It's 24, for the sake of argument. For the sake of argument, this is 24 watts. So, anyway, so it's normal now.
Construction site.
All the sandwiches, everything I got was poison. Everything. This bridge. It's fucking far. Brother said he's going to send some 36 pounds. But believe it or not, for 36 pounds, I might be able to squeeze 2 pairs of shoes. Not just 1 pair, but 2 pairs of shoes. They got some nice stuff on there for fucking 17 pounds. Holy fuck. that shit is good. My fucking feet hurt in these shoes really bad. So I'm not shoes anymore. Maybe I'll have them by Tuesday. By Tuesday night if I order them on the weekend. If I order them on the weekend, I'll have them by Tuesday night. I think I've got a little bit of cash on PayPal, a little bit left in Amazon. Yeah, I've been trying to process video with YouCut, and it's still stopping at 93%. So I ran the service calls. Usually running the service calls fixes the issue with YouCut not working on Android 13. It doesn't seem to work anymore. So they fucked. It's the patch, the new patch, March 2023, and March 2023 patch. So it's actually worse. Like I said, it doesn't process video with YouCut. So I mean, I have 12. I can try and load 12 on the laptop and see what happens. Because I don't like this 13 business. It's just bullshit. Nothing is compatible with it. It's finicky. It's too much headache for no reason at all. It's got the same hole in it as the other patch. It doesn't matter. It's bullshit. I have 12. I'm gonna go back to 12 when I have time to charge the laptop a little bit. I'm gonna try and process this video and do it after. And I'm gonna try and load 12 on it because I think it's more useful. It's more useful than 13. 13, there's no reason to have 13 at all. As I was saying, fucking, doesn't matter, like I said, doesn't matter what patch it is, doesn't matter what phone it is, they all do the same thing. iPhone 13 case. iPhone 14, I mean. Let me see, does the S22 fit in this one? Yeah, it fits. Yeah, it's the same size. Fucking foot hurts. So the service calls, yeah, they don't seem to have an effect on this fucking trimmer. Maybe I installed the wrong version. I don't fucking know. But yeah, there's something wrong with it. Something is not working. Annoying, jittering motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna try and get a case for this S22 because this bulky shit, I don't even know who the fuck would use this case because it's so fucking bulky for a phone so small. It defeats the purpose of having a small phone. Because this case is so fucking annoying. You know? It's just such an annoying fucking case to have. It's got that fucking magnet on the back. Whatever the fuck it is, piece of metal on the back. It defeats the purpose of having a small phone, you know? So I'm gonna try and get a cheap case for it. I'll get rid of this green fucking case. Gotta go across the bridge, maybe we'll get back around 5:30, see if they have any fucking food. Brush my teeth as well if there's room in that washroom. If there's room in that washroom, I'm gonna try and brush my teeth. That way I can get this fucking COVID out of my mouth. I've had it in there since last night. I mean, I knew the water was poison, but I thought maybe putting some tea in there was gonna fix it. Oh, my hands are frozen. Condom wrapper. Hopefully somebody's having a fun time in the Lego store, I guess. Let's go ahead and get some washy. See if they have anything good down here. I usually bring some vegan shit around 5. I don't know if they're gonna have anything else. Usually, like I said, Saturday is pretty shitty. To the point, I mean, lately I haven't been able to eat anything on Saturday pretty much. Just because everything is poison and shit. I have to brush my teeth right away. At the very least, maybe that washroom across the bridge is not too busy. See, this crowd that you see in here that this Soviet bright fuck buses in, that he brings in on the subways, is exactly like a Russian Revolution. They even do a protest every now and then. Yeah, they just show up. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing in London, most of them. You know, they just patrol the sidewalks. They walk around. They stop at a restaurant, and it's just like the Russian Revolution. Yeah, the motherfucker buses them in. Yeah. And he, they arrive by the subway, and then they fuck off. You know, when at the end of the day, they go back where they came from. Some of them don't even know London. Some of them don't know London, and they don't know what the hell they're doing in London. Yeah, but every day they even have a protest. Yeah? Sometimes they got protests, just like the Russian Revolution, and that's exactly what it was. You know, a bunch of fucking foreigners that decided that any white privilege that white Russians had to go away. Communists. I mean, it's even though their standard of living, like I said before, the standard of living in Russia was no different than the rest of Asia, and probably back then it was better than the rest of it. You know, maybe slightly better than the rest of Asia. You know, even though the standard of living was the same for any peasantry in Russia, the standard of living was the same as it was in Asia. They saw something that was wealthy. They saw something that was better. Meaning white Russians, and they said, well, that has to end because, white privilege, white supremacy, all the rest of it. Understand? And it's in this situation, like I said, it's in reverse almost. It's in reverse in that the Russian revolutionary got himself to the top by cheating, lying, stealing, murdering, whatever, usually violence. Usually, like I said, it seems that they bought their way in and gave everybody fake white people to look at. It does seem like they were able to eventually buy their way in and gave everybody fake white people to look at. And now the situation is a little bit reversed, right? Because the Russian revolutionary is sitting at the top, with his friends, his family of friends from across the world, and nitpicking away at white people. Same scenario, same scenario more or less as in the Russian Revolution, where you had a mob essentially of non-whites going after white privilege and white supremacy, and the bourgeois, they called it the bourgeois class, basically, white Russians. And in this situation, the situation is a little bit reversed. You have a Russian revolutionary that bought his way to the top, maybe stole his way to the top, maybe murdered his way to the top, definitely done by violence in the past, and like I said, more than likely bought his way in, and still nitpicking at white people, right? It's the same crew, except they are obviously a lot wealthier now, a lot richer now. Okay, we got a queue down there, but I gotta go across the bridge to obviously poop again. Like I said, it's and that's where the cream of the essence, the cream of the network is, this human network of intelligence that they have, is that these green-eyed albino Solzhenitsyn relatives are white. The Chris Evans with albinism, hella white. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth, basically an Asian with green eyes, hella white. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans. Keanu Reeves also counts as a white guy. And they slander white privilege and white supremacy, but if they're white, they definitely have it. If you're one of these wealthy Russian revolutionaries in Hollywood and you're talking about white supremacy and white privilege, your friends definitely have it. Yeah? Your Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Keanu Reeves and all the rest of them, they definitely have this privilege. Yeah? If they count as white people, and it seems that they do, they definitely have this privilege, don't they? Yeah, they kind of do, yeah. But, like I said before, when they talk about this, when they talk about white privilege and white supremacy, what they are really saying is that they want to fight you for it. Not necessarily that they want to get rid of it for themselves. Now, obviously, they have Jewish privilege, though obviously it's not well known that they have this, that they have Jewish privilege, because they count as white people. That's the cream of, that's the cream of the network. People are not discerning enough to realize that they're looking at someone who is Asian, more than likely Jewish. Yeah, they don't have a way to recognize this. They're under the impression that they're looking at white people. And that's when they say that they want, white privilege and white supremacy are a problem, what it means is that they want to fight you for supremacy and privilege. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that they want to get rid of it. Though they have Jewish privilege, obviously being privilege nonetheless. It doesn't matter if it's Jewish privilege or white privilege. What it means is that they want to fight you for it.
Yeah, let's do another. Yeah.
Bridge. All right, let's go ahead and go across the bridge a little bit. See what they got going on. I gotta brush my teeth right away because that's the only way to get rid of this COVID in my mouth. Oops.
Randomly on night out.
Hopefully we'll have new shoes by Tuesday because this is, like I said, they're pretty bad. Hopefully it doesn't rain in the meantime. And this is 36%. It's burning hot. I don't even know why. It's not fast enough to burn that way. Yeah, it's burning hot. I don't know why it would be burning so much because it doesn't seem to be very fast. 36%. Still stuck there.
She texted me this morning, man. Oh no.
Unfairly, yeah. I want to know when it happened. Yeah, it's going to
Like I said, it wouldn't matter, man. It wouldn't matter who Chris Hemsworth is, Chris Evans is, Keanu Reeves is. The issue is that someone plugged them into this network as counters to white people. You know, that's what the issue is. They seem to have plugged in as a replacement for white men, white people. You know, that's what the issue is. No one, you know, getting, say, I mean, there's, you know, they're talking about this very quiet purge. Here's the issue. These people are rich, and you start to look like a commie if you get rid of them, right? Because essentially, you know, even if you see, you can't even transfer the wealth, any wealth from these people to the state, because that's communism, you know? Transferring wealth from someone you get rid of kind of looks like communism, even if the state takes the money, you know? Let's just say that you do a purge, and the state takes the money. It looks like communism because that's what communism is. They consolidate assets and they become state-owned. Yeah, if you do a purge, let's just say that you, I don't know, what happens with this money? That's the issue, right? You get rid of these people in a purge because you want to say they're fine. You want to say they're. What happens with the money, right? It's a good question. What happens with all this money? If you go to, you know, if it goes to the state, it looks like communism. If you know, that's the issue in this situation. That's, you know, that's the how do you navigate this big issue, right? Because I mean, what are you going to do with all their assets? If the state takes the assets, it looks like communism, right? If an individual takes the assets, it looks like communism too, because that's what they did in Russia. Yeah, that's what they did in Russia. You had the Trotskyites and the Stalinists and the Leninists in the Russian Revolution that took everything, right? So you're back to square one. I mean, you know, I mean, it sounds good on paper, right? Because I mean, you want to definitely clean house. You want to clean house, right? You want to have some order. You want to have some. You definitely want to clean house of your, you know, get rid of your Russian revolutionary, right? But they're rich. If they're rich and the state takes the assets, it still looks like communism. Yeah, it looks like communism, even if the state takes it. If it's an individual that assumes these assets, that looks like communism as well. Because that's what they did in Russia. I mean, sure, I mean, you want to have a purge, you want to clean house, you want to get rid of your Russian revolutionary, right? What happens with all the assets? They own a lot of shit.
I wonder.
Yeah, and no matter what you do with these assets, yeah, if you, like I said, no matter what you do with these assets, if they become state-owned or if it's an individual, it looks like communism, like the same thing, which is what they did. Right? That's the big question in this. How do you navigate this issue of assets? They have a lot of assets. Look at Bill Gates. What do you do with his assets? Bill Gates, billionaire. You know, Tim Cook, billionaire. You know, they're talking about Bill Gates a lot in this network. Bill Gates, this and that. Well, what do you do with his assets? You live in a free market economy. Yeah, free enterprise, free market economy. What do you do with his assets if you decide to get rid of this individual? He's got kids, I guess. Yeah. Like I said, no matter how you cut it, taking assets, even if you transfer the assets to the state, I mean the government, it looks like communism. And if you assume possession of these assets, let's say you replace Bill Gates, it looks like communism still. Hey, it looks like communism still, doesn't it? Yeah. So, what do you do in the case of billionaire Bill Gates? Yeah, they keep talking about him, Bill Gates, this and that. What do you do with his assets? You got a lot of it. Yeah. It looks like communism again. Yeah. But that's like level. My knees really hurt. It's too much walking. And it's the reason, from my perspective, it could be the reason why they're hoarding. They're hoarding an incredible amount of assets, liquid and cash. Yeah, liquid and cash assets. a lot of assets. Yeah? They're hoarding an incredible amount of global assets. What do you do with the assets that they have if you get rid of these people? Because if you, like I said, it looks like communism any way you cut it. Let's say you transfer the assets to the state, it looks like communism. You give the assets to an individual, it looks like communism. And it seems to me that the reason why they are hoarding so much is because if anybody aims for the 1%er, the 1%er shows anything relative, it looks like communism, which is what they did. Yeah, if anybody aims for the assets, it looks like communism still, which is what they did. No? So it seems to me like the reason why they hoarded so much in the last century is because if you try to go after these individuals and these assets, it looks like communism again, which is what they did previously. Yeah? You're back to square one, yeah? It's almost like you're back to square one, doing what they did to white people previously, in Europe at the very least. Right? It looks like what they did previously in Europe to white people, if you do the same thing, right? So, I mean, again, that's the question. I think that they, the reason why they've been hoarding so many assets and cash and liquid assets and property across Europe, North America, the Five Eyes in general, is because if you go after these people and their assets, it makes it look like you're the communist. Think about it. Think about it. It appears that maybe the reason why they are hoarding so much is because it gives them the right to argue this argument, right? This guy is aiming for us, the 1%er class, and he wants to take our shit. And now he's the communist because he's from Romania, and Eastern Europe was very bad, and stuff like that. So it gives them the right to argue this argument that anybody aiming for them and their assets looks like communism because they have so much of it, right? So you're back to square one, doing what they did. Yeah, it's stupid either way, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my fucking feet hurt, man. This is a lot of walking. Yeah, I might be able to get 2 pairs of shoes if I don't know if it's gonna work. I mean, there's a fee that you gotta pay in Dundle to buy the gift card. But if I'm lucky, I might be able to get 2 pairs of shoes for later. I gotta change my pairs of shoes. I gotta own more than 1 pair because more than 1 pair is better than 2 is better than 1. So I might be able to get 2 pairs of shoes, cheap shoes. Oh fuck, my fucking knees are killing me. My neck hurts. Wow, my neck is really fucking killing me.
Datchet at Windsor and Eton Riverside. This train has 10 carriages. Some stations have short tracks. If you are travelling to Braintree, you will need to travel in the front 8 carriages of the train. If you are travelling to Sunnymeads or Datchet, you will need to travel by Southampton Central and Rotterdam. This train has 10 carriages. So, the accessible toilets on this train are
There's a shit ton of people in here.
Please note, the lifts at Winchester are The train at platform 2 is the 1706 service to Hampton Court, calling at if you need further assistance. Your transport for London travel information. There is currently disruption on several London underground routes. Please check the Transport for London website. The train at platform 13 is the 1709 service to Eastleigh, calling at Oakham, Colville Main, Fleet, Edinburgh, Little River, Winchester and Eastleigh. This train has 8 carriages. Some stations have short platforms. If you are travelling to Mitchell Devon, you will need to travel in the front 6 carriages of the train. Please note, the lifts at Winchester are currently out of service. Please speak to the reference staff if you need further assistance.
No, sometimes there's not very It's been 1712 service to Shepperton via Richmond.
Calling at Oxford, Clapham Junction, Buckley, Richmond, Twickenham, Strawberry Hill, Caldwell, Hampton, Kempton Park, Sunbury, Upperhampton, and Cheltenham. This train has 10 carriages. Please note, some of the lifts at Vauxhall are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance. The train at platform 8 is the 1712 service to Basingstoke, calling at Surbiton, Alton-on-Thames, Weybridge, Woking, Brooklyn, Marlborough Main, Fleet, Richmond, Basingstoke, Eskdale, and Hayes are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance. For the 1717 service to South, calling at Vauxhall, Clapham Junction, Earlsfield, Wimbledon, Rains Park, Watford Park, Northampton, Caldwell, Chessington North, and Chessington South. This train has 8 carriages. Please note, some of the lifts at Vauxhall are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance. Chessington North and Chessington South. This train has 8 carriages. Please note, some of the lifts at Vauxhall are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance. Woking, Brookwood, Ashvale, Aldershot, Farnham, Bexley and Alton. This train has 8 carriages. Services to Frimley and Kelly. Please note, the lifts and services are currently via Hounslow, calling at Vauxhall, Queenstown Road, Clapham Junction, Wandsworth Town, Putney, Barnes, Barnes Bridge, Chiswick, Bridge, Brentford, Island Lane, Isleworth, Hounslow, Felton, Ashford, Surrey, Staines, Egham, Virginia Water, Chertsey and Addleston. This train has 8 carriages. Some stations have short platforms. If you are travelling to Isleworth, you will need to travel in the front 7 carriages of the train. Please note, some of the lifts at Vauxhall are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance.
Oyster, Freedom passes and contactless payment cards cannot be used beyond Belter. If travelling further, you will need to buy a ticket for the rest of your journey.
Your transport for London travel information.
Stomach hurts a little bit. Let's go get some food, see if they have anything worthwhile. I kind of doubt it. Go over there and see what they have. I just want to go to bed right now.
The train at Worth is the 1724 trains to Alton. Surgery,
Started raining. Perfect timing. Ah, fuck this, man. I knew I needed that fucking umbrella today, man. Perfect timing, man. Never fails. Just in time for chow mein. Just in time for chow mein, man. Unbelievable. Should have gone to sleep.
That's hilarious.
Now my feet are gonna get wet in this shit. My feet are gonna get wet, man. Can I get to the other side? Should have just gone to sleep. Delivery motherfuckers, man. I'll shove my foot up your fucking ass in a hurry if this network wasn't around. Catch a storm or hurricane before we get there. It's really nice. Microfiber pink rag from our good employees of the London Underground. Yeah, I still have a little bit of COVID in my throat. Slightly less annoying than before. So like I said, if you brush your teeth, you get that fucking bacteria out of your mouth. It's gets better. But I still feel it in the back of my throat. The base of my nasal cavity. I still feel it in there. Still right in my mouth. In the back of my mouth. Where you've got the nasal passage. neck feels really close. I slept in there last night. Ooh, fuck up my neck. Let's upload the vid. I don't think they're asking me if it's going to process. I use YouCut or go back to 12 to process video on 7. Maybe after. Alright, let's try and do this quick.
This way.
79%. Let's see if it finishes. I don't think it will. Someone said that because Harry matches Ja Rule, you can say that he's working with the gangsters, and because Princess Anne matches so many black actresses and female MCs, you can say that they're working with the black gangsters, with the New York mob. They're working with the New York mob over there because they're related. Well, like I said, in New York, the Jewish mob and the Italian mob kind of dissipated very fast in exchange for, obviously, the march of the Black Panthers and civil rights and desegregation. Quickly got rid of the Jewish and the Italian mob in New York. You have some Jewish elements left in there, you know, Epstein, you have these Jewish neocons still hanging around there, the Big Apple, you know, the Bill Cristols, and it used to be Woody Allen. Woody Allen used to hang around New York. I think he used to live there. You have some Jewish elements left, but you see the core of the Jewish mob and the Italian mob and the Big Apple, you know, kind of dissipated in exchange for Black Power. Black Power in New York really came to fruition after the civil rights, desegregation, Rodney King riots, BLM, rap music, hip hop, the Run DMC. The Black Power in New York became bigger than the Jewish mob. Yeah, in a way. So, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever. I don't even see if they got some good stuff. Got some good rice. Maybe we don't start.
Oh, I thought it was in front. That's why I let you go.
97, look at that. It finished. Fucking unbelievable, yeah? Wow.
Ali.
Yeah, it finished, 99. So those service calls did work. Yeah, finished. Enjoy using YouCut. Enjoy using YouCut, guys.
Brother, the shite.
limited days. Tuesday 7, Thursday 9, 14, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday. Okay, go ahead. They got plenty, yeah. That's all right, they got plenty of bags on there, yeah. The rice is nice and hot today, yeah. Huh? You can smell it. It smells like rice from across the street. You can smell the rice. Yeah.
Take another one, just come back. So I'll give it time. There.
Thanks.
What's funny? That's fine, you can have one. You did not have banana, so you can have one.
Oh, very good. Thanks. Do it. Salut. Mă duc să mă culc, că plouă. Plouă, nu stau. Let's go sleep now. Oh, they're waiting for something, huh? They're waiting for something. This roll. Sponge. Very good. Oh, not bad. Rice is poison. I'm gonna go to sleep now. But I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That we gotta understand that the civil rights in America was led by Jews. Rothschild Jacob of all people was pandering to blacks in America to desegregate them and give them the Rodney King riots later. Yeah, it was Jacob that was at the forefront over there, getting the Jewish mob to back down and getting the Italian mob to back down, because obviously they're Catholic and they're Jews as well. And by the end of the day, it was all black power in New York because of the Jews. Understand? Studio 54 was at the forefront. You know, Jay-Z, Run DMC, Nas, Ja Rule, Death Row Records was in there as well with Biggie Smalls, Salt and Pepper, another female band, female MC group. Salt and Pepper was big. You got the, you have 50 Cent, Kiara, you have something. See, it was really the Jews themselves that, kind of dissipated in, that gave prominence. It was the Jews themselves that gave prominence to the Black Panthers, the civil rights, desegregation, and the black rappers, and the fucking the shift, the shift in power in New York. It was all done by Jews, and they came back over here. Most of you can even say that because Jacob was involved. You can even say that because Jacob was involved in the civil rights, he came back over here, right? From over here, right? Yeah. Jacob, right? Jacob was involved with that. Now, I'm not saying that you can, keep America segregated indefinitely. I'm not saying that at all. It was eventually going to happen anyway. Obviously, if you had slavery there from the beginning, and you had the Jewish slave trade in there from the beginning, you were eventually going to become desegregated anyway. But they did it, and they said after desegregation, we got to have riots. Now that's what they said after desegregation. They said, we're going to have riots now, and we're going to have BLM now, and we're going to have fake police shootings and fake police brutality and stop and frisk. Stop and frisk. Oh, man, come on, man, come on.
sorry.
Oh, nice, I like that. I'm not sure how it's I feel like it's a bit of a weird colour anyway.
Alright, well, my feet are getting wet now, so let's see if they brought anything else. If there's anything else here to be had, then I'm going to bed. Yeah, it's raining like this.
Hello. Yeah, hello. That's crazy. You think I can go through that?
places I am. I know you do well.
If I buy shoes tonight, I'll get them by Tuesday night. I guess Tuesday night will be the day I get them. 2 more days. Well, tomorrow as well. 3 more days of this shit and these fucking shoes, goddamn. It's fucking cold. That's right. Potatoes are poison as well. I have to wait until tomorrow to get some decent food. Fries. Potatoes, fries. Some fries, chips. This is pretty bad. Saturday. Can't get anything to eat Saturday. Hardly anything at all. I'm gonna wait until Sunday.
Just where it closest to my end.
So I might be able to get 2 pairs of shoes. I'm gonna have a spare. I got no place to carry it right now. I got too much weight. Could get rid of some of the fucking USB wires I have. They're fucking, some of them are very useless. Don't have any use for that many USB wires. It's fucking cold. It's really cold. Like I said, it's very easy to get caught up in all of this because it's a lot of money in it. And you know, it's the, like I said, you know, anybody spying would have a lot of money these days. You know, you don't. It's not like it's not like a. It's not like. It's not like they have to hide assets. I mean, they do. You know, they. You know, you have the Panama Papers and stuff, but it's. You know, these days, like I said, it's very easy to get caught up in this. To get caught up in this crap because there's a lot of money in it. Yeah, it's. You know, it's Hollywood allure, if you will. Stardom, celebrity status, money, this and that. And it's, you know, it's essentially, I mean, obviously spying, let's say, for their former Mongolian, you know, for their former Mongolian glory, even though that empire doesn't exist anymore. It's it's gotten to the point where you don't have to hide wealth or money, or it's out in the open. You know, the secret is out in the open. You know, it's not like, say, during the Cold War days, even though it seems like it was all fake. It's not like during the Cold War days where you can say, oh God, they're hiding, hiding money or something. You know, it's out in the open these days. You know, it's and it's kind of like an open secret, right? An open secret that they're engaging in these activities for the sake of their former Mongolian glory. You know, for the sake of their former Mongolian glory, they are engaging in these activities against people who they say are not white. Like I said, that's the, you know, these days spying doesn't involve hiding money or concealing activities so much. I mean, it's still a secret. It's an open secret that yes, they're not white. Yes, they are Asian. Yes, they're Jews. Yes, they're targeting white people, which is what communism always did. Yeah, it's an open secret these days. You know, it's not like back in the day where, say, back in the day where you can say that they're hiding assets or money. You know, these days it's an open secret. Keep in mind, this information would have been a disaster for this group during the Cold War. Even as fake as the Cold War was, you know, I think that this information that has surfaced, you know, I think this information that has surfaced would have been a total disaster for this group during the Cold War. Even though I believe the Cold War was fake. But like I said, back then there was no GIF images. You could have done something around Hollywood which would be similar to a GIF image, but you wouldn't have had as many pictures, you wouldn't have had as much content. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, this information would have completely decimated this group during the Cold War, even though it was fake. But it's, you know, these days, like I said, it's more out in the open. It's an open secret. You know, they don't have to hide as much. Still unofficially, it's unofficial that this is what's going on. But yeah, I mean, there's a difference between, you know, the Cold War and today. You know, liberalism has a lot to do with it. You know, liberalism is the reason why. You know, it's the reason why it became so popular. Liberalism, because, well, now it doesn't matter. We're all the same. And, you know, if you notice, liberalism came on the scene after Ronald Reagan fucked everything up. You know, after Ronald Reagan fucked everything up, giving amnesty to 3 million Mexicans, And George Bush Sr. George Bush Sr. fucked everything up with the first Gulf War. You know, liberalism became popular. It's the reason why. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, liberalism. That's liberalism. It doesn't matter. Whatever. We're all the same, and it doesn't matter. See, it became popular with the left, right? Liberalism. Though they seem to be illiberal. You know, just like Matthew McConaughey said, in that there's no white men among them. There's no white men among them, and they seem to be illiberal. Well, it's communism. Liberalism, in a way, today, you know, you could have had, let's say, liberalism back in the day. You know, there's no issue with liberalism in a monolithic society. But you see, liberalism has taken on the aspect of it's okay now. It doesn't matter if that guy is Putin. It doesn't matter if that guy is Solzhenitsyn. It doesn't matter because we're all the same. Liberalism, right? Now, liberalism there's no issue with liberalism in a monolithic society because, you know, everybody's already the same. Let's say you have liberalism in an all-white society. Then instead of white fascism or German fascism, you have liberalism in an all-white society. It doesn't matter. Right? It's, what's the difference if you have, let's say you have liberalism in an all-white society or you have fascism in an all-white society. What's the difference then? You have the freedom to be white in either one. Yeah, you have the freedom to be white in either one. Yeah, you have a liberal society or a fascist society, and both of them are white. What's the difference between the two? None. There's no difference. Yeah, there's in a monolithic society, it doesn't matter if you're a liberal. You can be a liberal. See, liberalism came on the heels of diversity. Yeah, liberalism came on the heels of diversity. It doesn't matter if that guy is Putin. It doesn't matter if that guy is Solzhenitsyn. It doesn't matter if that guy is Xi Jinping. It doesn't matter if everybody's Asian. And liberalism became a cover for communism. Everybody's Asian, everybody's African, everybody's albino now. But there's no white people, right? Yeah, liberalism in a way became a cover for Marxism. It's okay because we're all the same now. That's code speak for we're all communists now because we're all the same. Yeah? So liberalism came on the heels of the Ronald Reagan era coming to an end, and it became popular to say we're all the same, which was a cover for what? Communism, right? Everybody sells anything, everybody's Putin, everybody's Russian, everybody's Ashkenazi, everybody's Asian, everybody's black, everybody's albino. Where's the white people then? Where's the white people at? See, liberalism in a way became a cover for communism. It's okay because we're all the same. And remember, they said this themselves. I didn't say it. Fascist Germany didn't say this. It wasn't the Nazis that said this. They said this. The left said this. We're all the same. Well, I can definitely see it. That's what they said. The Nazis didn't deliver this message that we're all the same. You know who said it? The left said it. America said it. The Nazis didn't deliver that message to anybody. And you're proving me right because those gifts are catastrophic. Yeah, those gifts are catastrophic. It's groundbreaking how catastrophic they are. That message was delivered by the left. The Nazis never said that. I never said that. It's not true, is it? Because I know for a fact it's not true. I'm fucking living proof of it. But the Nazis didn't say we're all the same. The left said it. America said it. The Allies said this. And it's proving to be right because those gifts are catastrophically bad. They're very, very bad. Really bad indeed. Catastrophic. Groundbreaking catastrophic. That's how bad that's how bad those gifts are. Yeah, the Nazis didn't say that. The Nazis didn't say that. The left said that. The Trotskyites said that. The Stalinists said that. The communists said that. They all said that. Yeah, the Leninists said that. It wasn't the Nazis that said we're all the same, was it? Never heard me say it. But and then again, like I said, it's is there such a big issue though? I mean, these days, not so much. But don't be in here pretending to be policing the world against communism, man. Don't be accusing the white guy of being some kind of commie boogeyman without any money, coming from Romania. Don't be accusing the white guy coming from Romania of Chinese bullshit, even though there's no Chinese immigration in Romania. Yeah, don't be in here trying to police the world because you're not a commie when you in fact you really are the commie, right? That's what the issue is. It wouldn't really matter so much. It's true. It is true. It wouldn't really matter that much these days, would it? But we got an issue in here with this group pretending to be policing the world. Yeah, we got an issue in here with these Asiatic hybrids pretending to be policing the world. And they target white people. What a surprise. So, some people said, "What's the deal, man?" It seems that even some African Americans are on your side as well, and they would be. And they would be because, believe it or not, China and Asian folks have a much stronger drive to dominate, and they are in Africa right now. And there's nothing that the DoD can do about it. There's nothing that the Allies can do about it. Your Asian competitor right now, if you are African, is in Africa right now. And believe it or not, your allies, anti-racist allies, told the Africans to shove it. Yeah? That's what they said. Exactly what they did to Eastern Europeans, didn't they? They said the same thing in World War II, didn't they? The Allies did. Yeah? That's what they said. That's what the Allies said in Eastern Europe at the end of World War II. They told the Eastern Europeans to shove it. And right now, if you are African or African American, your Asian competitor is in Africa. And there's nothing that the Allies can do about it. Yeah? There's nothing that the Allies or America, with all its might and power, there is nothing that America or the Allies can do about the Asians in your African continent. There's nothing that they can do. Yeah, you would be on my side because, obviously, these Asians, that's China, obviously, is very, very interested in your African continent. Yeah, a lot more than we were. A lot more than any Europeans ever were. They're very interested in your African continent right now. And there's nothing that the Allies can do about it. Yes. Yeah. There's nothing that the Allies can do about it. And they're not going to do anything about it. Very likely. It's highly likely they're not going to do anything about it. Yeah. They're doing the same thing in Africa that they did to Eastern Europe at the end of World War II. Yeah. There's nothing that they can do about China and Africa. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to sleep. Tuesday, Thursday. Every Tuesday and every Thursday. Yeah. Next Tuesday we go again. Oh, my feet are not doing very well right now in the shoes, yeah. Very tired. Oh. Yeah, I had to take out the car where it's all wet anyway. A big fucking hole in the asphalt. The outsole has a hole in it on both sides, both of the shoes. So you walk around in this. You walk around in this for, a couple of minutes and it gets wet. Alright, let's go. Oh. Holy fuck.
And I'm trying to spend more time.
Got it.
Yeah. Normally my hands, but.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
But I'm trying to spend more time downstairs relaxing and chilling out and so yeah. So, whack on a blurrer, whack on a fucker, and have a bit of fun. 4K.
Whack on a turker?
Fucker, 4K. 4K.
rain is unbelievable. And the shoes are still wet from yesterday. It's supposed to be warm today. It's not too bad. My brother said that I have to wait until later in the week. So more waiting. So I can buy shoes. Yeah, I'm thinking I should have just picked up those black boots that they had over there at the Strand not long ago. Because it's looking like we're going to be in these shoes for another week. Possibly more. My feet are fucking killing me because It's constantly getting wet in there if it rains. So that's status of the shoes. But a lot of the followers they have are actual bots, they're not actual people, so someone is giving them followers. Like I said, there's something that really loves being followed. So really likes that leadership role. So it's apparent that somebody is giving these YouTubers these bots to follow them to make it look like they got followers or subscribers. Alright, let's go ahead. Get going. There's some fresh cardboard in there. Yeah, if it doesn't rain, it's okay. It feels okay in there. But if it does rain, it gets wet and it fucks up my feet really bad. Umbrella today. That would be a good idea, I guess. Definitely. Yeah. It's kind of early. We might be coming back. I think we're coming back after that charge. It's barely 9, 10 or something. 4 more hours into Germany. Yeah, so they said wait until later in the week. Shoes. Not a problem if it doesn't rain. Wouldn't be so bad to wait another week for shoes. But if it rains, it's not good. If it starts to rain, it's not good at all. Right? It's been raining a lot lately. Charging and back to bed. I waited till 4 from Chow May. So like I said, you know, in this situation, you notice that someone, I mean, you know, before we went to America in '98, someone prevented our departure, and when we finally did leave Romania, it was to the wrong place. Obviously, America not being the right place for us. And now you see the same situation, right? Someone is preventing our departure. And like I said, that's what you notice in this. They're using, if you are white, they're using your physical presence in these white countries for this framing program. Yeah, that's why we're, if I'm not supposed to be here, I'm stuck here. And obviously we're not supposed to be in America. And we got this problem over here now because of the dispatch situation. So you see someone is always, because they're using your presence. You know, if you're simply just white, they're using your physical presence in these countries to fuck you over. Understand? And someone is preventing our departure. See? Let's go ahead and fast speed charging. Oh, fuck, that's cool. It's definitely going to rain again. Very, very likely. Definitely doesn't feel like 10 degrees. I don't know about that. Maybe 7. See, every time. That's how you know that they're using your physical presence just to fuck you over. Understand? They're using your physical presence in these countries, the Five Eyes, just to fuck you over. Understand? And they're preventing your departure. You know, we departed Romania and went to the wrong place. I mean, that's clearly obvious. And now we're stuck over here, right? So it's, you know, someone somewhere is always interfering with white people. The movement of white people, where they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to go. And it might look like it's all white countries. They're all Jews. Yeah, racially, they're all becoming Jews. And, you know, to be Ashkenazi Jew, all you have to be is be mixed, essentially. What is an Ashkenazi Jew? Asian, European, and black. I mean, it might look like, well, you're still out, you know, you still are in the right place because it's all, you know, it's a white country. Not necessarily. Not necessarily if the people are Jews. Yeah, if the people are mostly Jews, racially Jewish, not practicing Jews, but racially Jewish, well, then you probably are in the wrong place. You know, same story in America. You know, if everybody in there is racially Jewish, racially African, you know, if everybody in there is mixed, you are clearly in the wrong place. So, like I said, every time, you know, we departed Romania, I went to the wrong place, which is obviously, you know, obviously the case. It was the wrong place. Now we're stuck here, which is the wrong place. It's the wrong place everywhere. And because you are dealing with individuals that are racially Jews. Yeah, racially, these people are Jews. They're not white. Yeah, so someone is always interfering with the movement of white people, just like they would during war. Yeah, during war, you are more or less restricted to the war front that you're on. Yeah, you are on the war front, and your movement is restricted to that war front. It's the same situation during war. Yeah? No different during war. Yeah, you have no place to go. The only place you have, you know, where you can go is the war front during the war situation. And it's the same situation with this. Yeah. Let's go ahead and charge. I gotta go wipe my ass again, obviously. And remember what I said. This is always going to go back to your military being an issue, and this is the obvious case in America. And their absence in the situation shows you that they are involved, and it shows you that the military put them in power along with Freemasonry, which is why they cause these, you know, they can cause these problems. And like I said, it's you know, I said they bought their way in and gave you fake white people to look at. That's what they did. Someone somewhere allowed them in. Because they bought their way in or whatever. It always goes back to Freemasonry had problems. It keeps turning these fucking switches off. It always goes back to that military issue that started a long time ago, way before we came along. You understand? And it's because someone bought their way in. Someone bought their way in and gave you fake white people to look at. Yeah, if it's your president, who is Trump, if it's your president, who is Joe Biden, or if it's people in Congress or people in Parliament or this monarchy, which is apparently fake, they gave you, you understand, they bought their way in and gave you fake white people to look at on TV. Yeah, and they're all on TV, more or less. That's what you notice in this. All of them are on TV. Yeah, so someone somewhere was capable of buying their way in, which is what happened, and created a network of fake white people to give you to look at on TV. If it's your presidents, your Congress people, your Parliament people, your monarchy over here, it's all fake. All of them are African. Yeah, all of them are African, all of them are Asian, all of them are partly white. That's what happened. Yeah, you have a military problem. In this situation, you see that they are completely absent. Why? Because they're responsible for putting these people in power, allowing them to stay in power. Yeah, it's your military. Yeah, your military is your problem. Your Freemasonic military is your problem. Always has been. Yeah, they're not going to do anything because they're the same as the people that are in Parliament or Congress or Hollywood. Yeah. Military people are the same people that you see in Hollywood. Military people are the same people that you see in Congress, the same people that you see in Parliament, and so on and so forth. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They're not. That's why they don't do anything, right? If they were white, they would probably have done something by now, right? They would have done something by now if they were white, but they're not. The military is not white either. It's it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Like I said, the next white guy is going to be Rich Rebuilds on YouTube in America, for sure.